Your birthday comes around, people text you, and you say what you always say. It's just a day, I don't really care about birthdays. But here's the real question nobody asks. Why don't you care? Because that's not a personality trait. That's a story. And today we're unpacking exactly what it means. You weren't born not caring about your birthday. Something taught you not to. Psychologists call it conditional self-regard. The belief that you're only worth celebrating if you've done something to earn it, if you've achieved, if you've performed. But a birthday is unconditional. It celebrates your existence, not your output. Just the fact that you're here. And for people who've spent their whole life believing they have to earn their worth, that's not comfortable. That feels suspicious. Because if you've never been loved just for existing, being celebrated just for existing doesn't feel like love. It feels like a setup. Think about the people you know who were most aggressively unbothered by their own birthdays. Chances are their birthdays were consistently forgotten or minimized growing up, so they learned not to want what they couldn't have. Or they were raised in environments where emotional needs were treated as inconveniences. You didn't ask for things. You were grateful for what you got. Or something painful happened around a birthday once, and the mind, brilliant at protecting itself, decided if I don't expect anything, I can't be disappointed. Psychologists call this defensive detachment. It's not that you don't care, it's that you've decided caring is dangerous, that wanting to feel special, wanting to be seen, that the wanting itself is the problem. So you kill the want before it can hurt you, and you call it being chill. Here's the layer nobody talks about. Being celebrated on your birthday requires something quietly terrifying, being the center of attention without doing anything to deserve it. For people who've spent their whole life believing they have to earn their worth, that's not comfortable. That feels suspicious. Because if you've never been loved just for existing, being celebrated just for existing doesn't feel like love. It feels like a setup. Here's the layer nobody talks about. Being celebrated on your birthday requires something quietly terrifying, being the center of attention without doing anything to deserve it. For people who've carried a deep background feeling that they're not quite enough, being celebrated just for existing creates internal dissonance. The attention doesn't land as warmth, it lands as pressure, because underneath there's a voice saying, what if they knew the real me? Would they still celebrate that? So it's easier to deflect, to minimize, to say it's just a day before anyone gets close enough to find out whether you believe you deserve it. And there's another type, the helpers, the caregivers, the ones who show up for everyone else. They're incredible at making other people feel special, but when attention turns to them, they go stiff. Because giving feels like control, but receiving means being vulnerable. It means letting someone else decide if they show up, if it's enough. And for people who've learned that relying on others leads to disappointment, that's too big a risk. So they opt out. It's just a day. That way, if no one shows up, it was never a test. Here's what nobody tells you about years of I don't do birthdays. Every time you dismiss your own birthday, you're practicing something. You're rehearsing the belief that you don't deserve to take up space, that your existence isn't worth marking, that you should want less, need less, ask for less. And that bleeds out into how you advocate for yourself at work, into how you communicate needs in relationships, into whether you believe, at the base of it, you are someone worth celebrating. It's not just a day, it's a data point in the story you're telling yourself about your own worth. And all those dismissed birthdays add up to a person who's gotten very, very good at making themselves small. So ask yourself honestly, not what you say, not what you perform, but somewhere quiet underneath. On your birthday, are you watching to see who remembers, who texts first, whether anyone makes you feel like you matter? If that part is there, and for most people it is, then the birthday was never just a day. It was a test you've been pretending you're not taking. You don't have to throw a party, you don't have to make it a whole thing, but maybe this year, let one person celebrate you, without deflecting, without making it easier for them to stop. Just try being someone who can be loved on a random Tuesday. You don't have to earn that. You never did. You just have to start believing it. If this hits something, share it with someone who doesn't do birthdays. They probably need it most.